Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Hey, very good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. This is Supernatural Confessions Friday Night Live, and for some reason, I'm hearing myself in my own cans. Obviously, my background is very different right now because I am going back to my roots and streaming live from Elvin's house. So if my sound is a problem, let me know in the comments. But I'd love to get a shout out from you guys. Thank you so much for joining us every Friday without fail with four of us, or rather, right now, one of our hosts is missing. So she's going to tune in from outside. So let's see where she's heading out tonight. If you're just new to us or you've been around for some time, do like and share this particular video. Okay. Um, okay. That was entirely hilarious because it's massive pechalobang right now. But like and share this video. Um,
I can hear Pontianak.
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday! Happy
Happy birthday!
I was
birthday.
very deliberate in not telling anyone my birthday because I really did not want people to celebrate my 35th birthday, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
35th birthday. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy 35th.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Eugene, your throat doesn't sound so good. Eugene throat is a bit ripped right now. So people are bringing balloons and cakes and candles, which is exactly what I don't want for my birthday. Why is there only a 4? I remember what, 4 years old or what?
Variable. So if he feels like he's 41, then he's 41. But if he's 49, then I mean, who am I to?
I'm not 49. I'm not 49. I'm 35, and this is my 8th anniversary. Thank you, everyone. I know you guys have been asking for. I know you guys have been. What are you trying to stop?
Ask for a butt That's one.
Okay. Picture didn't happen.
I don't know what is happening tonight, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Kim,
know what
Kim,
is-
Kim, we just leave like Kim.
Okay. Okay.
The last time we did this was at Sonia's house where we surprised her for a birthday party. And it was very distracting to run a live show when people are in the same place because we can hear ourselves and there's a 1 second delay. Anyway, thank you so much, Sonia, Alvin, for hosting my birthday at your place. Kim, Joe, we wish to have you here, but unfortunately, you guys can't join us. But you know what? It's great because we're going to see each other very, very soon.
Yes.
Like and share this because today we're going to have a little bit of a different segment. I know the community asked for Jim Cole and a lot of other people to come online tonight. However, I spoke to Jim. Jim says he cannot make it tonight, and he was very shy to come on camera. I tried to get him to come on camera. I said, people want to talk to you. Your fans love to have you. And eventually he said he might come somewhere in May.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not that I do not try. It's just that because you vote does not mean that people would just automatically come online. They are very shy. He says the real stars are people who confess is not him. Okay. So Jim Cole, we hope to see you in mid-May. But for now, we got a Friday night live show to go through with 3 confessions, 1 Know Your Hantu, and a declassified segment. But before we do all that, I'm really straining my voice. Before we do all that, let's say a big hello to all our hosts tonight. Let's start with the guy with the cap, all the way from Sarawak, Kuching, the man of the voice behind our podcast. His name is Wakim Then, also known as Kimmy Kukubat.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I do not know what is happening to Eugene's voice. Bro, if you need me to step in and take over, just let me know. Yeah. Okay. By the way, to all our SC family, hello. good Friday to everybody once again. It's good to seeing everybody here together with the rest of us. So hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the show.
Okay. And over from usually very, very far, Sembawang is right here today in Tampines.
Yeah, let me show you how Sembawang is so part of Tampines.
And I'm 4 years old. What was it? Half price? You can only get 4?
No, I wanted it to be, interpretive, like the way you dance. It's interpretive.
Actually, Sonia asked me the wrong
Right done.
question, so.
Where are you? I don't see you. Can you please put yourself where you normally are? This is your house,
Evan, could you come out of the room and stand behind me and say
Yes,
hello to
come.
everyone?
There he is. Is he wearing pants?
Yes, I can attest to that. We
Okay,
are all
okay.
wearing pants.
Eugene, Carlos Cole say Eugene needs some beer. Eugene is drinking wine, taking it easy. Thank you so much. And all the way from down under, the apex predator, the apex predator, top dog, the guy who put Stone Cold to shame. His name is Joseph Dakota. Ta, ta, ta.
There was a little bit of a pause there. I think you forgot my name just temporarily. It was that Joseph Dakota.
Because I always call you top dog and apex predator. I almost forgot your name is Joseph Dakota.
Nice cover. Nice cover.
My role overtakes me. Hey, one thing I actually like. I like women with deep husky voice. So, what's happening right now? It's doing it for me.
Hey, baby.
Not that deep though. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us on a Friday night. I am for more ghost stories tonight. So let's just see where tonight takes us.
Well, we have some couple of weird stories again tonight. The last couple of weeks have been really weird. I know we have one classic traditional ghost story, but the other two, I think you make for very interesting conversation.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
Usually we have Alvin cruising the internet at this point, but some of you may know that I think last Saturday.
It was just last Saturday.
We conducted a confidential tour, classified, totally classified. Only a small group of people that we trust to keep a secret. And we went to a haunted and abandoned place, and we caught evidence of haunting.
So scary.
Yeah. Sonia, why don't you give us a little bit of brief about the place they brought us to?
So the area is very heavy because of its history. I can't say very much about it except that it was one of the areas where the Japanese, during the Japanese occupation in Singapore, had a POW camp. And we went to this area to just, have a feel around. And by golly, the vibes. We were so attracted to this one position in the whole area. All of us felt the same way. How did you feel about it?
So the whole place was abandoned at the same time, right?
Yes.
And one of the clues and cues that we see about an abandoned place where there is a negative energy is that particular spot tend to have the decay of that spot is a lot faster than anywhere else.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
every other building in the place is pristine, taken care of. There were even street lights. One building in particular had moss growing all over its wall. All of us felt that place had a certain bad juju. So what do?
We go towards it.
And we isolate ourselves.
2 to each isolation area.
It was supposed to be one, but people got scared and they wanted to go in pairs.
I mean, it's a little bit safer also to put them in 2s. So it was a very good call of yours to put them 2 to each area where I've heard of previous encounters. So, just allow them a little bit of support lah. Right?
So in room number 1, where there's 2 isolators, they heard a lot of sound coming from the room next door, which is the toilet. A flushing sound, seats being lifted up and down. And in the other room, away from the first room, one of the isolators, he sat there and he felt there was a darkness in the shadow. When he started looking again, when he looked away and looked back, that shadow moved. And in the second room, in the same bunk, when they were two men into a very big bunk, that guy went, if there's any spirit here, please show yourself. And he waited for an answer, and a very heavy bunk bed moved on his own.
Oh,
Because it's so silent, you can hear the
Wow.
yeah. So when they called us in, because everyone came out, they were all freaked out.
But the amazing thing was that, so we had two people in two different areas, and then we were waiting on the outside. And all of a sudden, at the exact same time, all four of them came out into the common area at the exact same time, and they both groups had something to say. One said they heard a noise somewhere, and then another one said that the bed frame had moved. So, and because we weren't inside, we couldn't tell.
Mm. While we were standing in the common area, we heard this. The toilet, which we were there before, there was no flushing, no sound, silence throughout. Now had a loud flushing sound. And I thought I heard people talking. There was a lot of conversation. But a lot of this could be, should be what may happen. Because it's not caught on evidence, we can discount it, right, guys?
hmm.
So we went to investigate the toilet. We found that the toilet flush was faulty. The water was running. The only way to stop the water from running is to turn the valve off.
Hmm.
And that it was a very difficult, very stiff valve to turn.
Yes, it required effort and strength to turn the valve, and it was me and Richie that had turned it off.
Okay, people can,
Okay.
people can hear echo. Is that a problem, guys? Is that a
Yes.
very big problem?
Probably because we're using the same mic and we're in the same area.
When you speak, there's no echo. When I speak, there's echo.
I don't
I mean,
hear.
I'm-
I don't hear echo from my side.
Eugene, I don't hear any echo.
Okay.
I don't hear any
It's
echo
good.
either.
It's
Yeah.
good, it's good.
Okay. So all of us looked at the valve, and Sonia turned it off. Okay. Then we
Hmm.
went off. We climbed up the ladder to the rooftop, where they heard some other sounds. One guy turned to the right, saw a white figure, but it was, again, because there was no evidence, could just be an imagination.
Hmm.
That rooftop had also a very, very dark reputation, because people have seen, in this case, Sonia and her previous team who came down for investigation, saw a shadow on the rooftop. But when it went up, there was nothing there. There was not like a speaker or a structure that could describe the shadow in any way.
Yeah, because when we were standing at the an open area and we were looking at this building, there was a shape, a very dark, shadowy shape in the corner, which we figured could have been a floodlight or a speaker or maybe an antenna. But when we had gone closer to the building, climbed up to the top of it, accessed the roof, it turned out that there was nothing
Nothing.
there.
Nothing at all. Wow.
Okay, so
Okay.
everything that I just mentioned could be explained away in many different ways. If I brought this experience to you guys, right, you could explain it away in 10 ways to Sunday.
Okay.
Imagination, exhaustion,
Earthquake.
string, EMF, everything. When we climbed down the rooftop, there was no one else around the place. Like, if you ask us, is there someone else in the vicinity? No, just us. And you could see miles and miles that there was no one else.
Hmm.
We climbed down the ladder from the rooftop to the floor. The toilet sound was on again. It
Wow.
flushed.
Okay.
And you may think, okay, Eugene, this is technical fault. We walked in the toilet. Okay, two guys walked in the toilet first. They heard the sound. They walked in. And one guy said, if there was someone here, show yourself. Second guy heard a voice. And then I came in. I said, what's going on, guys? Why is the water on? He says, no one turned it on. We came down, the water was running. Second guy said, I heard a voice, I heard a voice, I heard a voice. I said, okay, first guy, Ask your question again and let's see whether we can hear that voice. First guy said, ask the question, and this time, both guy 2 and me heard an exact voice growling from a spot. Okay?
All right.
And I said, okay, turn off the valve, turn off the water, turn off, right? An effort. So it was not as if the pipe burst or water keep running. You have to physically turn off the valve.
Again.
Yes. So we turned it off. All 4 of us saw it. We had a video recording of it. But when we came down, it was turned on. And it was not something that could be a weight or gravity or a rat that jumped on it. It was an effort. Okay?
Yeah, and you know, it's like we would know because a couple of us actually witnessed turning it off. You know, we turned it off to stop the water flowing from the urinal. So to have it turned back on.
And when we heard a voice at the corner, we said, let's go over there to do an EVP experiment. EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon Experiment, where we try to record sound, ask questions, and then play back to find out if we capture any sound. We are about to play you a very classified and confidential video that we will not release to public due to the sensitive nature of what the place that we are in and what we are seeing. We want you to see, first of all, this 5 minutes clip of what went down. And then we're going to focus on something that we have heard. So perhaps you guys who are listening into this, pay close attention to this 5 minutes video and let us know what you hear. That at a point of time, we couldn't hear anything, but we captured it as an EVP. And when I showed this video to people, they said it's a class A EVP. You ready?
Ready? Let's do it.
Alvin, ready?
Yep. Bring on.
Get away.
Open.
I heard a voice. It came from the back.
Before I said, gentlemen, who's using this urinal? So this is the valve that we turned off just now. It's back on again. When we came in, it was in this state. So who could have turned it on?
Someone said he heard voices.
I heard something from the back. After you said you heard anybody use the toilet, right?
Yeah.
I heard something whispered at the back.
I just said, gentlemen, who's using the urinal? No.
And at that point of time, you heard a voice.
Yeah, I heard something like just very quickly. That's why I quickly rushed in.
I heard again. I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I heard it.
What's that?
You heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard something. This time it sounded a bit more.
I heard that.
Yeah. The phone changed.
Fuck me. Fucking. Getting goosebumps.
Water prices are increasing, you don't know.
Turn on.
If you're here with us, can you give us another sign?
Okay, so no shit, right? This is what happened. WJ came in and he says, gentlemen, who's using the urinal here? Show yourself. And G heard a voice coming from the back end.
It was like a whisper. It was like very quick whisper.
WJ did not heard it, G heard it. We came in here and WJ repeated his question again, and this time
We heard
we heard it. Both of us heard it.
at the very back.
Yeah, and we reacted at the same time.
No, we stopped it. But it turned on by itself.
We turned it off. What?
Yeah, we turned it off. Somebody turned it on again.
We came down, we heard the water flowing again. Then we saw that the valve was turned on.
Oh, we turned it off.
Yeah, we turned it off.
We were the one who turned it off.
That's more than enough of us to see it.
Yeah.
You want to video the close valve?
Whoa! What? Something dropped. Where? Oh, I think you knocked something.
No, definitely a sound.
I think there was something dropped here.
No, I think it's this one.
Something dropped.
No, it came from this
It
side.
came from this side here.
Yeah.
Something
I
dropped.
think it's
I think this.
WJ's back. Is it? I don't know.
No, he wasn't there anymore.
It wasn't near the wall.
I think the holes are.
Here, this fight. This is where the voice came from. What?
No. Okay, Alvin, you want to try your session again?
Session.
Watch your button.
I'm gonna try.
Something is in this corner here, definitely.
You wanna say something?
All right, gentlemen. Anyone want to say something here?
Anyone here?
If there are any spirits in this toilet, please give us a sign. Go to this device and say a word. Maybe we check out to us. Just now he asked, he got effect.
All right, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
Gentlemen, does anyone want to give us any sign? Come on. Waiting. Were you the one who flushed the... Brother, were you the one who turned on the valve to the urinal? Anyone?
Humans, they never come near us. They're always away.
Things happen when you are not.
Yeah. When we are there, the voice is here. When we come here, it will jump. Alright. Okay. Stop. Stop the video. There was something that replied to us when we asked a question. You guys catch that?
No.
No.
I mean maybe because of the video quality. I didn't hear the whisper in the first place as well.
Okay.
All
The
right.
people who were with us on that particular expedition is also online tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Alvin, could you play a shortened portion of the video, please?
Okay. Can you hear it?
Can't
No,
hear shit.
cannot hear anything.
Don't hear anything. Okay.
Cannot.
That's so weird.
Open.
I heard a voice. It came
This
from
is
the
too
back.
far behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Open.
I heard.
Okay.
Gentlemen, does anyone want to give us any sign? Come on. Waiting. Were you the one who flushed the... Brother, were you the one who turned on the valve to the urinal?
You heard that? You heard that?
It wasn't very clear. Do we have the...
Can we enhance the audio, please?
Yeah. Hang on, give me a moment.
I'm hearing from my Kens right now, and I heard the voice. So if you guys are not listening from your headphones, you may not catch it. So when we were going through the footage again, we found a voice. Okay, so if you have headphones, use headphones right now. We're gonna play it back this clip where we enhance the voice and clear out everything behind. Alvin, take it away.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna give it the audio. Okay, let's see if I can get it. I'm playing the MP3.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear it?
No, I heard
No.
shit.
Cannot hear anything.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Nothing. I heard
We
nothing.
can see the visual, but we have an audio clip. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, actually, I got the audio clip. I'm trying to play it.
Yeah, but your host cannot hear anything.
Yeah, okay. Fine. See if I can play it. I got MP3 again.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Heard
Oh,
nothing,
yeah.
bro. Audience are okay. Apparently, audience are hearing it. Your host cannot hear anything.
Yeah. So okay, so if the audience is hearing it, then that's good enough. What
Mm,
is
mm.
it
I heard a voice.
that you hear?
Okay, okay, hold on.
Hang on, I'll play again.
Open.
I heard a voice. It came from the back. Oh. Before I said, gentlemen, who's using this cleaner? So this is the valve that we turned off just now.
Hang on,
What
my
do you
video
turn it
sana
off?
kok.
Your video cock up. Open.
I heard a voice.
It's all cocking up. Let me try it.
It's so weird that you're not unable to play the video with the sound.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like why can't you get at that? Okay, but one of our viewers, Anand, has said that he can hear it. It heard like yeah.
There's many people on both YouTube and Facebook right now who are tuning into our live show is saying
Okay.
they heard a very clear yes. At that point in time, I like to inform you guys, Wei Chia, Kelvin and myself, we were
Gentlemen, because
at the spot.
anyone want to give us any
Gabriel
sign?
and Sonia and everyone else was outside the toilet.
Come on.
You could hear some of the background
Wait.
sound, yes, the audience speaking, but the yes was
Were you the one
right at the spot.
who flushed
Yes,
the
because I wasn't there.
Brother,
I'd taken my
were
picture
you the
and
one
I
who
had
turned on
left
the
the
valve
scene.
to urinal?
So even if you know, because we checked the footage, it couldn't
Brother,
have been me
were
because
you
I
the
asked
one
that
who turned on the
question.
valve to urinal?
You can hear it?
Nothing, bro. I can't hear anything. Can't hear anything at all.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. As long as the audience can hear, that's fine.
Yes.
We can
Um,
listen to it later. That's no problems
Yeah.
at all.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Kim and Joe, I just when you hear it, because I've heard it multiple times, we let different friends hear it because we want a third, fourth,
Hmm.
fifth, sixth opinion, right? And even after one of our friends cleared out the background and just captured the audio itself, it was a clear, distinct. Now,
Mm.
two things that I'll bring to the table for you guys to dissect tonight.
Hmm.
I'm not going to talk about the rest of we saw the thing from the corner of our eyes or the sound that we heard about. Question number one: how can a flush with the requirement of a valve that's turned off and on physically be turned on when we are not there? Number one. Number two, we caught a Class A electronic voice phenomena when we asked, was it you who turned on the valve? And he goes, yes. If you look at our video, none of us could hear with our ears on the spot. It was only through playback that we had recorded and could find the yes. It was very clear.
It was only when we reviewed the audio as well as the visual that we could all hear it.
On the spot, we did not hear anything. From our reaction, you could tell. We don't hear anything. There was no window. There was no door. It was a dead end part of a toilet. The whole place was deserted. There was no sound that could seep in from outside in. The door, as you could see from the video, was on the other end. There was only three of us there. Obviously, Gabriel and Sonia was outside the toilet because it's so quiet. You know, when they talk, you could hear. But at the same time, I'm glad that they talked because when they spoke, you could tell the background sound from the yes, because the yes was clearly on that spot itself. How do you explain that?
I don't have an explanation. Me, super rushed.
Yeah, obviously not for me, but yeah, I need to listen to that again. But
Yeah.
there is no doubt that whatever story that you put on the table for tonight, I believe it. Despite not knowing where the place is.
It's a public toilet in an industrial area.
Okay. Well, Singapore is not exactly just the size of a small town, right? So there's a lot of places with this kind of toilet, I bet. So, but does the toilet give me a certain vibe? But I can't tell much from the video. But this looked more legit than the abandoned hospital video that we showed last week. That I can say.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate with the sound that you guys may have, and I haven't heard. I haven't listened to it yet, so I'm going to have to listen to it before I give any firm ideas in my head. I'm thinking, right, so the sound, yes, okay, which is what you guys are saying you're hearing. I'm putting it out there. It's obviously a bit of a functioning toilet. So there's water going through the pipes.
Yes.
Could that be the sound of water moving through the pipes further down in the toilet area? And what you're hearing is actually the hissing sound of the pressure change.
Okay, I give that to you. That technically that may be possible. However, don't forget this has been an abandoned building since 2007,
Yeah.
right? And there was no one else around. There was no like guys on the third floor or second floor flushing the toilet that the water would run. There was zero movement until we were there. And in fact, when we arrived, there was no sound of flushing because obviously the people who left the place would have turned off everything, to keep the place from being hospitable.
Yeah.
However, there was still water in the water tank, and that was what was running through the urinal. We arrived, there was no sound. Don't forget, there was no one around. It was deserted. We could hear things from a mile away, right? But when we got out of the room, the valve was turned on, and we tried turn off, turn on, turn off. It was not a faulty urinal in the sense that even if you turn off, the water could run. You turn it off, the main valve, it couldn't run. You turn it on, the water ran. So the pump is spoiled, yes, but the valve is not. When we turn it off because we didn't want to waste the water, when we come back down, the valve, it required a physical movement, was turned from its off position to its on position.
Plumbers would say that pressure change and everything can cause the valve to change. I'm thinking, again, I'm not a plumber. I know nothing about pipes or anything like that. It would probably take really huge amounts of pressure in order to have that valve to actually turn that way, right? And
Yes.
and you guys would have heard it. And if there's no running water through the pipes, and all you're getting is like a gravity fed kind of like water tank water,
Mhm.
the pressure should not be that much. So I mean, I can't explain that. The only other thing is that someone turned it on, but then that would be casting aspersions to the people who are there, and I don't think the people that you're with would do something like that. So yeah,
Sure.
can
Yeah.
So
explain.
I was there, and you usually have a super rational explanation from someone like me, somebody who turns to science or logic as my first
Yep.
explanation. Now, we didn't hear anything while we were there when we were asking the questions, when we were doing these things. We have our own personal experiences to draw upon. But it was only upon listening to the audio, and then we decided, you know what? Let's double check it. And we went to the video, and we heard the same thing in both sources of evidence. I'm supposed to be the super rational one, and I'm hearing this in the audio and hearing it from the video. What am I supposed to say? I was there with the boys. I heard it all. So this is what it was. It wasn't female. It wasn't quite male. I wasn't there anymore. I had left the room. So if anybody wants to say it could be a female, it could be Sonia. You know what? I left that area, and it wasn't until we went back to the audio and we went back to the video that we heard it again.
Gabriel and Sonia's voice from the distance speaking outside. It was a very distinct difference in their voice and the yes that they heard. And the video was live, it was not edited. We moved from that spot. And you see, there was no one else around.
And while we were there, nobody heard it. We had moved out from that area. Everybody was moving on to the next, the next spot. But it was only upon revisiting the audio and then substantiating it with the video. What the hell did we just capture?
Yeah.
I really want to listen to this audio now. I really want to do it.
Yeah. So we got this. I felt was a. Okay, first of all, like I said, I could explain everything else away. I cannot explain the turning on of the valve off and on because it requires a physical effort. And then when we ask a question, we get a class A EVP, very clear as day, a yes. So to me, is the entity there taking responsibility for the turning on of the valve. It wanted us to know that it's there.
Mm.
Yeah. So the question that I have is not even a question of whether is this the Hantu or not the Hantu. Clearly, we have cemented that science and probability could not have emulated what we have experienced. The question that I have is actually, what kind of entity are we experiencing?
And
And
it,
it's very, it's. I find it very interesting that we're talking, like, you guys talking about the toilet. You got something in the toilet on the weekend when I was interviewing someone for a video interview, right? He mentioned to me, or I can't remember if it was him or his son, that the places with the most spirits are toilets.
I mean, I have my own
Hmm.
hypothesis, not based on science, but I have my own hypothesis. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. Why is the toilet always haunted?
yeah.
Kim, Joe, Sonia?
Maybe it's the whole idea that it's a place where people let go of waste, right? Bodily waste. And for centuries and even till now, there's an association between body waste and negativity. So perhaps when people go there and they let go of the waste, they let go a bit of their own negative energy, and things come into that environment. Perhaps. Or the other aspect is that, a lot of people say running water is what creates an electromagnetic charge, and perhaps that's why spirits like to kind of gather there. I don't know. But toilets scare the shit out of me. I don't like it. No pun intended. No pun intended. No pun intended.
It was
But
totally intended.
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess somebody actually answered quite well, whereby because toilet it's damp, it's usually dirty. I mean, because like you say,
Yeah.
this is a place where we get rid of our poo, our pee. So it's generally a dirty place, right? So I guess not to say just ghosts or spirits in general, maybe jinns, because it is mentioned in certain writing that jinns are attracted to places like this, damp and dirty.
That
So
could
yeah,
possibly it. It
that
was
could
this
be it.
particular area that had the most manifestation. It wasn't just this. It wasn't just this particular one. So it was quite shocking.
Yeah. So I think like mentioned previously, the one of somebody who mentioned it's dirty, it's wet.
Yes, it wasn't
That
just
explains it.
this particular area. We had gone to another one where we heard footsteps on a metal roof. It was
Wow.
myself and two other people, and me being me, I'm going to try and explain it with logic and with science. And could it have been a rat? But to have made that sort of heavy thudding footstep sound, it would have to be a ninja turtle to make that sound.
Okay, wait. The whole building itself, it's abandoned since 2007.
Yeah, it's been abandoned for a long time. It's been abandoned for a long time. But the whole area, a little bit of history about the whole area is that it was used as a army barracks. That whole area, it's a large area, used as army barracks. It was a POW detention center as well. So you would expect it to be quite heavy in that sense. But we were not prepared for. I mean, come on, think about it. Small little me leading a bunch of boys going into this space and then getting so many responses. Were we asking the correct questions? Were we in the right place at the right time? This is coming from me.
So you are now saying that it must be the.
I'm saying that there was a very big fat
Don't
rat
do it. Do not do it.
running
across that roof.
So
I
what
think
about
you said ninja
past the
turtle.
splinter.
what about the voice? What about the turning on of the toilet? What do you think that is? It
With the
must
turning
be
on
the
Water pressure.
water pressure.
It must be the swamp gas.
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
You know what? When we ask our friends like what you must be, everyone seemed to be very reluctant to say Hantu. They go like the red jump on the valve, it turn on. It was me, Master
rat, bro.
Splinter.
I
Have you seen
think that's
Ratatouille?
we haven't even considered that. Yeah, and a small rodent could have jumped on top of the Eugene. Sorry.
Okay, I will give you that if the rodent was the size of Master Splinter. Like, look, I'm a big guy. I lift weights. I'm fucking ripped, right? And it takes me a bit of
Yeah,
effort.
right.
Yeah, we all believe. We all believe.
Right.
It takes me a bit of effort to twist it up. If a rat, a normal, I give you a triple size fat ass rat and jump on it, it would not have.
You know, I almost wish that soon, one day, we can all be at the same place and conduct an investigation together. I think that would be really interesting.
I would say yes to that, but I know two of you are chicken fucking shit.
Yeah, Sonia and Elvin and Kim.
I am not going to be the one stuck in the van.
You
can be
guys be like,
assured that.
yeah, you guys be like 4 kilometers away, and I said, "Hey guys, the valve just turned." And you're like, "Yeah, I'll take a word for it."
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, I think
Interesting. Did you? I read somebody's
Go ahead,
comment
go
and
ahead.
it said that it's an April Fool's special chit Gil. Now, did you know that the whole story or the origin story behind April Fools is that it was a Junian calendar that switched over to the Gregorian calendar in the 1500s, and because that the Junian calendar ended in March, people that still believed that the year had ended called an April's Fool, and that's the origin of the joke. That if you believed that the year had ended in March, you're an April Fool.
Yeah, so stupid people. Like
yeah, and April 1st is also not just my birthday; it's also Joseph Dakota's wedding anniversary.
I was hoping that.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And I have a
Yeah.
hypothesis here.
What's that?
He whipped out a ring and he told his wife, "Will you marry me?" as an April Fool's joke. And she said yes. And he goes like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, geez, what am I gonna do right now?
Yeah. So he went
But
ahead
that,
with it.
but that would not make me the apex predator, so that can't be true.
No. I have another hypothesis, and that would be it was the easiest date to remember. Don't bluff. It was so easy to remember, right? Everything on
No.
there.
I proposed to my wife because to me she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh.
That I believe, but
Yeah.
the choosing of
Second to my daughter.
the date and the timing of it all, it's the easiest date to remember. I'll never forget my wedding anniversary.
Sonia, what's the most important date for you? The last relationship, special relationship, whatever.
Must have been the 31st of October.
Right. See, people all taking all these easy dates. What about Kim? Kim, what about yours? What's your date?
My date, my special date, or
Yes.
the date that I remember.
No lah. I mean, of course, the date you remember
No,
must be a
that's not
special
the date
date
you
lah.
remember. It's the date it's the most difficult to remember.
Oh, my girlfriend's birthday, which I'm not gonna review it here, so
Aw.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that.
Alright.
Joe already said, "Oh my, I proposed to my wife is because she's the prettiest girl that I've never met."
Aw.
I'm gonna say the same
Spoil
thing.
market on this one.
Yeah, of course.
No. It's all for points. It's all for
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So my
look-
girlfriend.
Anyway,
I just wanted to continue, right? Because and this just shows, because what I'm going to say, I want to talk about the little thing that you guys might see in the top, top right hand
yes,
corner,
please go ahead. Yeah.
which is a little thing saying "Buy my coffee." Now, the whole team, right? We don't do this for money. As you can see, if we did this for money and we were consummate businessmen and businesswomen, we would be talking about this at the very beginning of the show and not get so caught up in all the ghost stories and all the discussions.
Yeah. Thank you,
right?
Joe.
So-
Thank you for pointing this out. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I forgot.
It's a
Yeah.
great segue.
It's a great segue because I only just realized this about 5 minutes ago. Oh shit, we're meant to talk about this.
Yeah.
So basically, if you guys would like, if you guys appreciate what you do, if you guys like what you see, please, we'll just ask you to buy us a coffee on the right hand side. You can go to that link. So the link should say buymeacoffee.com/SC Friday Live, and you can buy us a coffee. You know, it's a bit of a concept for you to show your appreciation. And you know what? You do not have to, because we will still be creating awesome content for you to kind of enjoy, but this kind of work requires a lot of money. It requires people to go out. Yeah, Friday night. Exactly. Oh, there's a very funny audio coming through, Alvin. Alvin, that might have to come off. Alvin,
turn it off.
Alvin, that audio's on. There's an audio that's come on.
Alvin door is just right here. I'm just gonna open the door and call him.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. Now, I think it's come off. So sorry about that. So
Repeat that.
So basically, we spend a lot of money on equipment. We spend a lot of money on bandwidth. We spend a lot of money traveling and doing a lot of stuff. We don't do this for money. We do it because we're passionate about this. We love ghost stories, and we've all become friends. So
it's called a labor of love.
It is very much so. You know what? I have never realized the statement: if you enjoy what you do, and if that's your work, you never work one day in your life, right? Because I feel like that when I do stuff for Supernatural Confessions. It's awesome. So if you guys get to show your appreciation, please buy us a coffee. Click on that link, and we'll be forever grateful.
Joe, could you put a link on the YouTube and Facebook, please? Because that's everything everyone else is asking. And also, I would be honest with you guys. I'm not going to use the money to buy coffee. I'm going to use the money to buy alcohol. They don't have buy me wine or buy me Pringle, right? So, yeah, it's true. How we started off, for those of you who just joined us, Supernatural Confession started off with just a single belief that everybody's paranormal experience has to be validated. I don't care if anyone else believes it's true or not. What matters to me is that you went through it, you felt it, and you want to share it. God knows I've gone through 2 full years of harrowing experience, and all I want to do just talk about it to someone who would listen. I didn't need the fame. There was no money involved. I just needed to talk about it. Over time, we were doing this, and at first it was easy. It was just, couple of 1 confession a month, 2 confessions a month. But as it stands right now, Kim is cutting podcasts full time. 3 audio confessions, talking to narrators, trying to put it together. 1 times Know Your Hantu. We have a Friday Live show. We have Joe trying to put it a dark tourism together, put it a Bali trip where we're going to film this together. Us talking to Netflix, Amazon, Sonia running a tour on the ground. Alvin is a CTO, by the way. He's paid like gazillion amount of money, but he's doing this for free for us. Like we ain't paying him shit. I wasn't even sharing my wine with him.
I'm gonna send you an invoice right now,
bro.
All Alvin has is my friendship, but he spends a lot of time posting up the clipped out videos for you guys, Friday Night Live, and the occasional Hantu. So we're not doing this for money. Don't get us wrong. We're not mercenary about it. But some of you have asked us, you want to support what we do, and if there's a place that you could, make a payment, contribute something. And Joe is in charge of that. So Joe has pinned the link on Facebook. YouTube is not there yet, but I'll just copy and paste.
It's www.buymecoffee.com it's a / SC Friday Live. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Sharon Chia, thank you so much. I love to SC team.
I wanna put in a bit. Buy me a coffee. So it's buy me a coffee. Remember that 1A.
Only 1 coffee.
When this was first launched, right? I asked, coffee and bagel? What the hell are we going on coffee and bagel? And then it turned out I was wrong. And I don't know this stuff.
For me, I'll be spending it on teh tarik, not on coffee. So I think teh tarik is more.
I think Sonia's journey from Sembawang to Tampines is really worth more like 10 cups of coffee already.
I want to
surprise
say
this guy.
Someone has already bought us 3 coffees. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hopefully I think I can read the name out because I think it's just a one name. So it's Bosch, BOSCH. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Bosch.
buying us a coffee.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we got all this out of the way. Again, if you have a story to share, we're always looking out for Supernatural Confessions. And I said this very sincerely. We only exist because you guys want us to exist. So if you one day the whole confessions just dry up, no one senses any more confession, There is nothing more to show you guys. I have nothing. We're not making any of this shit up. Every week we receive confessions and we produce it. You like it, you don't like it. It's not up to us. It's really from the public, right? So sometimes people say, "Oh, it's not entertaining." I'm like, yeah, but I mean, our job is, hopefully you're entertained, but we're not making shit up to entertain you per se, right? And confessions being the way they are, some may be good, some may be not so good, but that's what it is, right? So the one day confessions stop, we are out of business. We are out of this, right? We're not going to do any Friday night show. So if you like to keep us going and you think you have friends or yourself, you have something to share, please go down to supernaturalconfessions.com on the website. You'll find 3 links, right? You can get us to Messenger, get us to WhatsApp, get us to, I don't know, so many different ways to share your stories with us. You can do it through audio, through text, through video.
Why coffee? I drink tea.
They are coming in now, guys. Carlos
Cole. Don't buy me a coffee, buy me a tea.
It's just a name of the website. It's just a name of the website. It's like
speaking of which, today's a little bit different because it's the founder of the page's birthday. We've gone topsy-turvy with the whole thing. You know what, Kim? I miss hearing your joke.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Can I hear your joke, please?
Okay. I can before we go to the highlight, right? Whereby we're supposed to go to the confession. It's already almost 11 now. We have yet to listen to one confession. But before we go to the joke, I want to highlight somebody's notification. It's keep on popping up. So
is that a coffee?
I do not know.
It is.
It is.
Can you guys hear it? Can you?
Yeah.
So basically, it's via that link. So each time someone buys us a coffee, you're going to hear that sound coming up.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so
much.
And I will mention the names after we go through our next confession.
Sure. So we may not end at 11:30 tonight, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those extended versions of the show.
Yeah. I mean, I know Kim, you're trying to say something. I just want to say something very quickly.
Yeah.
I usually am very on form. I'm very laser focused. But when Sonia walked in, it surprised me with balloons and cakes and candles. It just threw me off. I'm very bad with surprises. I don't take well to that. Especially when she brought a 4, because I told myself I'm 35. What the hell is this 4?
It could be 34. I wanted it to be interpretive. You take it however you want it.
No, I would believe that, except I see a 2 floating around
Shut
right there in the room.
up.
And then she goes like,
on intel.
and then she goes like, Alvin, I thought you said he was 42. And Alvin's like, yeah, I meant I was on street 42. I didn't mean he was 42 years old. So I was very distracted. I was very, very distracted.
She never phrased her question correctly.
Hey, wait. If Sonia, if you put the 2 behind you, then right? You can see
I'll
on
be
the screen.
20-ish. But no, I'm 46. I'm very proud to be the age that I am. I'm in great shape for a 46-year-old. So I've got nothing to be ashamed of.
You know what's really frightening? Balloon cost as much as my age.
Yes.
What's the balloon?
Oh wow!
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
My bottle of wine costs less than the balloons.
Huh?
Okay, so you guys are asking, are we at Eugene's place? No, we're not at Eugene's place. Eugene's place is very cramped. There will be no space for balloons. We are now at Elvin's house. And I very quickly, ladies, if you're looking for a boyfriend with a very stable job and a house, Elvin's the man to go to. Very big space. He likes watching Netflix. Okay, over to you, Kim.
Okay. So, oh my God. Luckily, I prepared, right? I didn't know any of this. So I thought, no need to joke for tonight. So, okay. The joke for tonight. What is the difference between a good secretary and a better secretary?
And where's the shorter skirt?
Okay.
Wow.
Good.
Okay. That was freaking fast, man.
No, it's not the answer.
I think the only reason I'm laughing to this is because I'm hearing the answer immediately. It's directly across me. But if I were at home, I think I might need a few more minutes.
Okay. A good secretary, it's good morning, boss. Better secretary would be, it's already morning, boss.
Oh, I want that secretary.
Yes.
Secretary
yes.
or secretary?
Yeah. Hey, he said secretary. He didn't say what the gender was, right? So
Right. Yeah, I didn't say
let's
that.
Dangerous.
Amen to fucking sex, man. Fuck, man. I'll go for sex anytime, bitch. Okay,
okay.
Good joke. Do you have anyone for us? Put it at the end of the show. Next, let's go down to this week's confession.
We
no,
usually have
Elvin's.
Elvin's.
Yeah.
Striptease.
He's cruising the internet, right?
Cruising
Alvin
on
told
internet.
me that I will have a striptease party tonight.
You're-
You're the only one who walked in through the door, so I'm assuming you're the striptease.
I am not doing a striptease for you.
Okay. All right. Do we have
Elvin?
Elvin's got a good one.
Yeah.
Are you cruising?
No, don't have.
Eh?
No,
You
we
said
do.
you had a
Go
great
ahead.
video that you found online for us.
That was our video.
If the video is not about me taking my clothes off, that's not a great video. Okay.
No, Elvin is the one that we talked about.
Oh,
Elvin, you said
that
you found a
video.
great one on the internet?
Oh, that video.
Was it the one with the one in the
The one
drain?
that you shared with us? What?
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
What, xhamster.com, is that the one?
What?
Because I thought I saw that one.
That one
Yeah.
have.
You need to buy us more
Yeah.
coffee to access that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And when you need to subscribe to the
Yeah, you gotta buy us a coffee machine, damn it.
Unlimited supply of coffee.
okay, what is it? What is it?
So you
want
play
to
that
surprise.
video now? Yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yes,
yeah, I'm
please.
wondering what it is.
It'll be 11 o'clock. Not a single confession is done.
Yeah, man.
Following video was found on a damaged VHS tape in a small drain in Tampines, Singapore. It
Tell
shows
you,
VHS
this
tape.
Eugene, always send
Can't hear.
confession in
Why am I
like
seeing Kim talking?
Thursday.
Kim, what are
what
you
is-
doing on a VHS tape?
what?
What's going on?
I tell you, this Eugene, always send confession in like Thursday, Friday morning, and expect me to edit the whole thing. live on Friday evening. Oh my goodness. How can anybody work in this kind of condition?
I seriously do not know how anyone works under these conditions. You know, one time he came in without any pants on. No pants. I mean, when you approach him and try to ask what's up, this is the face he gives you.
Yeah, well, so I stay in Sembawang, and I think that perhaps Eugene doesn't know where Sembawang is. I mean, he's not familiar with the map of Singapore, perhaps, because every time he introduces me, he says Sembawang as if it's another country, another state in another country somewhere else. I mean, Joe stays in Perth, Kim is in Sarawak, I'm in Singapore. Sembawang is in Singapore. He doesn't know that?
Hey Eugene, it's me, Alvin, and I'd like to lodge a formal complaint about the lack of fees being paid to me for time spent on doing Supernatural Confessions and your Tuesday shows. As you can see, doing your shows have been extremely laborious, takes up a lot of my time. I spent quite a bit of money, getting the equipment that I wanted, and when we did our night trips, I had to buy my own stuff, bring them there, and this has cost a bit of money to me, and I'll send you an invoice really soon. Expect maybe like a 4-figure sum. I hope to see it by by next week.
Once he came into work completely drunk off his tip, dressed as Count Dracula. Now, how are you going to take anyone seriously who's dressed as a Romanian vampire? How are you going to do it?
I do remember the part whereby when he came in and he started drinking and got drunk and yeah, man, I don't even know what he's talking about. And I thought when I first knew him, I thought he can drink very well. Well, apparently in that video, well, he's not. As you can see his face.
Alvin, zoom in on that shit. Alvin, zoom in on that shit.
Going recce for Supernatural Confessions locations is a hazard with him. There was this one time he wanted to try a fire extinguisher, what it felt like to remove the pin and deploy it, okay? And I was recording, and maybe he didn't understand the force of it or something, and I stood there holding the camera, filming it, and I got powdered from top to bottom entirely in white. I stood there in shock. I mean, what kind of working conditions are these? I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Happy birthday, Eugene. Happy 28, and may you forever be a 20-year-old for the rest of your life. See ya.
Happy birthday, Eugene. Thanks for having me on the show. It's because of you that this page, that this community exists. It's because of you and your experience that everyone has a safe space to share their stories. And we want to take this time to appreciate what it is that you do for us, for me in particular, because we do so many things, but also because it's been so fun knowing you. I guess I'll see you somewhere in the middle of Friday Night Live. Happy birthday again.
I wanted to say I did not meant any of those that I said earlier on. Joe made me do it. Nonetheless, Eugene, thank you very much for having us on the show. And I guess I wanted to say that this relationship that we had with the entire team, with the community, it would not have been possible without you creating this community in the first place, right? So I'm here wishing you happy birthday and hope all the good things come in your way in years and years to come.
Hey Eugene, it's not very often that we have the opportunity to troll you like we do. So today is the 1st of April. Happy birthday, man. Thank you so much for giving us this wonderful platform, Supernatural Confessions, where people can come and share their stories and we all get to hang out together on a Friday night. Love you, man, and I hope to catch up with you soon.
Hey Eugene, so I want to wish you a happy birthday. Hope all your wishes come true. We'll catch up with you soon. Take care.
Oh, fuck.
Happy birthday, Eugene. May you have a wonderful year.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey Eugene. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you on this special day full of happiness, blessing, and love.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh man, fucking dusty down here.
Onions.
Oh,
onions.
Wait, who's cutting onions? Stop it! Stop cutting onions, guys.
Sonia lah, it's Sonia lah.
Yeah,
so
Sonia
much.
cutting onions.
Thank you, guys. By the way, the stuff that they say online is all true.
Thank God he said it.
Yeah, usually the invoice thing is true, by the way. So the invoice thing is true, by the way.
We need a HR department.
Yeah,
we need a HR department.
We'll
Just
send all
very
the claims,
quickly, before we go on, I'm going to read the amount of stuff you guys have been so kind to us. I'm not going to read the amount that you guys have the borders, but it's Bosch, Ibn, Kwa, Carlos Cole, Joseph Tay, Saravadan, Shamli, and there's a person called Someone, believe it or not. And we have Someone, KS, Anand, Kenny Polaris, Deeps, Malcolm, Chu, Candy, Chia, Sally Sariman, Archie, Someone again. And you guys have done so. Thank you so much for contributing to our show. We will continue to do this for as long as we can. We love you guys. Thank you.
Yes, and even from the Facebook live chat, you can hear from, let's see, so many people. There's Poochies, there's Wes, Sharon. Sharon's got a crush on you, by the way. And then it's so many people wishing you, Chloe Cheng, wondering if she's coming at the tail end. Yes, you have. You can rewatch it again on YouTube. But everybody else wishing you a happy birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you, everyone. I really wanted a quiet birthday, so I didn't put it on Facebook, whatever. But thank you so much. It means a lot, and yeah. Don't expect me to be nicer after this. I'm still gonna be the same.
Fuck
Still
it. Still gonna send me confession like Friday morning and then ask me to cut it to finish it for Friday evening. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's go to the confession. Let's just go to the confession.
Let's just do confession straight away. Let's do it.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Confession number 1 tonight is Army's story. This one is confessed by H. I wonder who that is. Ron? Okay, this one is narrated by Bryan. Bryan is one of our longtime confessor and fan as well. Take it away. Army story.
Hi Eugene. My army story happened many years back in 1999. We were training overseas, and there's a segment where we needed to move out at night. We started at dusk and walked past an infamous area that was known to be haunted. As we were infantrymen, we walked along a road and stopped often as part of our maneuvers. I was quite sensitive to things, and I smelled the intermittent scent of flower. I conveyed instructions to my platoon mates to remind them that if they smelled anything nice or bad, they should withhold their commands. I continued to smell the flower as we started moving into the vegetation. After that, I did not smell anything further. It was not till after training that we went back to Singapore that one of my men confessed that he saw something on the night of the exercise. After he heard my instructions, he thought nothing about it until we halted just before entering the vegetation, an area where it wasn't pitch black. He happened to glance up and he saw a kaka in white floating outside the vegetation. He was staring at the platoon as we moved into the vegetation. He was shocked, but quickly looked away and continued into the vegetation. Suffice to say, I smelled its presence, but my man saw it in its full glory.
Can you hear us?
Okay.
All right, now they can. Now they can. Okay. Classic Hantu Pontianak story.
Yes.
Kim, what do you think of it? Because you're not from Singapore, so I just want to hear an outsider's point of view first.
Okay, I just want to say something about national service or whatever you call it on over your side, BMT. For us here, we might not have as much story anymore. It's because our national service had been stopped. Apparently, our smart leader think that we don't need people to fight for the country. So apparently, that is not happening. It's either that or not enough money for everybody. So we don't have that many stories. Although a lot of our camps are at kind of like very secluded places and whatnot, right? But this, I would say, I bet it's a classic for a lot of Singaporean, especially when you go to like places like this. I mean, this guy's place is not even in Tekong, right? So I'm not putting in the name Tekong for now, is because we have a lot more powerful one from Tekong. So as for now, it's just that.
As of now?
As of now, it's just the confession just now. But if you ask me whether that is that is a good confession or not, I would say it's a very classic confession that a lot of people who went to national service would have tell the same story. Very short, very sweet kind of confession for me. It's very straightforward. The confessor went smelled something, but he did not see it until the next person. The next person, that according to the confession, the next person actually saw it in full glory. Meaning said that the person saw the kakak form, except for the confessor. The confessor did not see it himself. He only smelled it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories coming from army stories, and I think I want to share one if there's time. Kim, what do you think?
What time are we talking about? We are not having any time now. Just go
No
ahead.
time.
No time.
Special,
special. Tonight special. Tonight special.
Okay, so we're all going to watch the featured confessions after this, right? Because you're not going to end by 11:30 for sure.
Yeah.
Army story number 1. we're doing guard duty, and I'm talking about first-hand experience here. We're walking down, doing our rounds in guard duty, and usually the Sing Jiao, the new guy, get bumping on the weekends. So I was doing weekends because I was selling my off days to buy over people's guard duty. I get like 50 to 80 bucks for that. People will sell their guard duty for 50 to 80 bucks, and I would buy it because stay in on Saturday, stay in on Sunday, and get 80 bucks. Why not? New guy was beside me, walking one round. Suddenly he stopped and he says, "Imagine there's something there." I saw it. I looked at it where he was pointing to. I couldn't see anything. And then suddenly he fell backwards and he fell unconscious. Shit, whatever. I don't know what to do. So I brought him back to the bunk, and I called duty sergeant. Right, say, sergeant, my friend, duty personnel. He fucking catatonic. I don't know what happened to him. Come down. So this was a 9 to 5 camp, so we don't have like stay-in personnel. So they come down about half an hour later. The guy who was on the bed was speaking like a very effeminate voice and talking about things in Malay, which I understood a little bit, but I don't understand everything. Sergeant came down, started praying for him, pressed his finger, and started chanting words from the Quran. And then suddenly, I saw, right, with my eyes, there is a distinct mist-like structure or mist-like form that came out of his body, through his face, and up his head, outwards.
What?
And understand that this was in late 1999. I was not into supernatural confessions yet. I was just like any one of you guys, right? And I saw that, but it meant nothing to me. And later on, when we started sharing stories, and the guy got up and says, "I saw a white cloth on a tree." I look at it closely, and then the white cloth turned to me, and I saw a face with long hair. And when I was pointing out to you, the thing flew towards me, and I lost conscious. I was in the back seat of my car, or of my body, trying to regain conscious when the entity is trying to take over my body. Yeah, and that thing that grows out of the body, later on I realized, is where the spirit removes itself. That's one story. Second story from army, and all I'm talking about just first-hand experience, or like 2 degrees of separation, right? The other one is at Seletar Camp, guard duty as well. This is during the old days where you are supposed to sign into the guest book. Walk towards a power station, and the Lao Chao was telling this new guy, "Don't look up. Whatever you do, don't look up." Sing Chao goes there. Lao Chao says, "Okay, you know what? You go there, you sign, you come back out quickly, okay?" The Lao Chao is not going to walk there. He's just going to stand away from the place, the power station. The guy goes there, saw the book, and thought to himself, "Okay, what? Sign off? What do you mean by don't look up?" He looked up, and he saw a head with no jaw looking down at him. Army story, evergreen. All these are very classic stories, passed down from generation to generation. So I'm quite sure along the way they will get mixed up. So
That's why we asked for army stories last week, because these are the evergreen stories. These are the ones that are going to continue coming in, because year upon year we have our boys go through this, these experiences.
Surprisingly, the last episode of Incredible Tales that I watched, it was about army camp story as well. I suddenly now remember. Okay. Joe, how about in Australia? Is there any stories that you have heard, something similar to this? Joe, you are muted, Joe.
It's because I was typing, so I don't want to. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, we don't have conscription in Australia at all. So I think we used to have it a long time ago, but we don't have it anymore. But I think it has to be the culture of it, because where there are certain ghost stories associated with some of the army barracks in Perth, or in Australia in general, right? I don't tend to hear a lot of army stories. You know, and I really think it is a part of the Singaporean and you know, and you would say Malaysian cultural landscape, that ghost stories are just a big feature of national service. You know, when I didn't do NS because I came to Australia when I was very young and I got citizenship here. But I think I was quite petrified. I was more petrified of the Hantu stories that I've heard about NS than the NS training in itself.
Yeah.
You know, and the quintessential NS story is that I prayed that I didn't get to Tekong because I
Yeah.
knew that fate and destiny would land me on that one bed that shakes at night. I just knew it. And my cupboard would be the one with the door that opens like this every night. Nah.
No, I've heard stories. I mean, you don't even have to say Tekong, but even on mainland Singapore, there are bunks where, out of the blue, you'd have an opening built into the wall just above a bunk, and it was said to be an exit, like a safe exit type thing, and nobody would sleep on that upper bunk.
Oh, right.
Have you heard that story?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I've heard that story. So I'm gonna go chase that story down, and we'll see what comes of it.
You know, I've
Okay.
listened to several podcasts online, right? And funny thing, sorry, I cut you off, Kim.
No.
But
Sorry.
but there's this thing where in this very popular podcast on Spotify, apparently bunk beds have so much of stories associated with them. Bunk beds. Don't know why.
Bunk
You
beds.
try and look under the bunk bed.
Okay, Pasir Laba Camp.
Okay, jangan, okay.
Someone's asking about Pasir Laba Camp. What's this? Who was it? Pasir Laba Camp? Fox Fu. Okay, Pasir Laba Camp. C-Spec, trading ground. Foxtrot Company. True story, yeah? Bunk bed. Okay? Woke up one night, thought my bed was shaking. I looked down, thought my body was sleeping. I looked in front, it was a headless entity in long force shaking my bed. That's what I saw. I prayed, I slept, I went off next day. Nothing happened. Now, anyone who's a skeptic can say, imagination, you're tired, whatever. That happened. Okay? But I had no proof, I had no evidence. I can only tell you what I thought I saw.
Okay, once
Pasir
again,
Laba Camp.
for those that are listening, if now whatever stories that we are telling you, whatever experiences that Eugene is sharing it with you, if it triggers part of your memory of your story, again, send it to us. Okay,
Yes, please.
now I need everybody's agreement here. Huh? Okay, obviously we have a different segment tonight, and we have also an extra celebration that we did, right? So obviously we're not going to be on time. We have two more confessions, and we have one Know Your Hantu still coming up next. So I need everybody to say whether it is okay or not. If it's okay, just type in yes, whereby we're going to continue with the conversation all the way until 11:30, and then we will stay online. But everybody go and watch the interview whereby we are premiering it on 11:30. If everybody is yes to that, then after that, 11:30, once the interview is done, then we will come back to the Friday Night Live. If everybody is okay, please type in yes now. Yes.
Okay.
YES. Yes now, please. So that I need to know everybody say yes, or else somebody just say, oh, can you guys just wrap up 11:30? I want to go sleep. I don't want to listen to you guys. Faster. So if yes,
Mine's a
that's
hell yes.
yeah. So,
Everyone's saying yes, man. So
okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of yes.
Yeah. We're not going to sleep early tonight, boys and girls.
Okay,
no
sure.
way.
So okay, so then we shall continue. So let's move on with the. Shall we play the second confession, or shall we continue with this story?
Up to you. Kim, you take over, girl. I'm losing my voice.
Okay. Finally, I get to take over. Now I gotta say shit about Eugene that he cannot answer.
Yeah. He's got no voice. He can't do anything about it.
Right. I can reenact whatever I said in the video just now. I tell you this, Eugene.
You say again. You say again. He can't say anything back.
Send video Thursday and then expect me to finish it by Friday with subtitles some more, no? Then after that I sent to him, you don't update anything, no? He don't say yes, no, like that. How to work?
And then you know what? He asks you to go and upload on YouTube, but you have no credentials to upload to YouTube. How to do?
No access, right? You have no access.
No access.
Joe, that is Joe.
Yeah, nothing at all. You go upload what?
Okay. So now let's go back to the first one. Okay, we did not hear anything from Sonia. Sonia, what about stories of army stories? So have you yourself experienced any?
So I have been speaking to people ever since I've come on the show. I have been approached by friends who are in the army. And last week, that's why I asked for army stories, because I've heard so many. And possibly also because I urbex the way I do, these stories resonate more with me, in places like these. So if you have more stories, please share either on the page Supernatural Confessions. The community is there, the private page, or you could text Eugene, you could private message me, and we will be happy to come down, film it, listen to what you have to say, and feature it as well. And of course, not just the army stories, any stories that you have. The only thing about doing thematic, doing it thematically, is that it's a little bit more organized. But otherwise, the other thing to look out for is we will be having more walks. Soon we'll be putting up. Soon we will, right? He cleared his throat right in the middle of that sentence. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say more.
What do you say? No, go ahead. What do you say? I was clearing my throat because I need to clear my throat. It was nothing to do with what you said.
Okay, so we will be having more walks, and if you're interested in joining us on these walks, these are paid walks. If you are interested in joining us on these walks, please drop me a message. We have a private group ready for our broadcasts to bring you to these places, as well as something very intriguing in the pipeline. I can't say more about that just yet, but look out for it. Things are moving in a very interesting manner.
I'm going to clear my throat right now.
So
I held that back.
Eugene, if you need to say something, say in the shortest form ever that you can think of.
Cannot.
Shortest.
Whatever I say, I will still cannot plug one. No, there's no way. Nothing you just say can be right. So I'm not going to say anything. I just rather not say anything. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the next confession.
Yeah, but before we go to the next confession, I'm gonna pick this comment by Eric. Eric commented on Facebook saying that there is this iconic one from Tekong. A recruit woke up in the middle of the night, sat up on his bed, and looked out of his mosquito net. He saw a little girl running towards the bed and picked up the bowl. She pointed at the recruit and said to Grandma at the far end of the bunk, "Say, Granny, this one not yet sleep."
Oh yes.
Okay. This is a classic. I've heard it, but a different version. But when I heard it, I don't know why. I think it's because of the language. It creeps me out a lot more than in English. Okay, I try. See ya. Little girl running towards his bed, pick up the ball. She pointed at the recruit and said to the grandma at the far end of the bunk, saying, "婆婆, 这个还没有睡." Oh my goodness! If I saw the little girl coming for the ball and tell the grandma I haven't slept, I don't know what to do, man.
I will stand up and I say, 我不知道.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of story that your sergeant will tell you to get you to sleep.
Yeah, maybe. So but again, this is a different story that I heard. I heard the one that I heard, the setting was in the dome instead of in Tekong. So I heard it in the dome. So yeah, I guess this our discipline teachers want us to sleep earlier, I guess. Yes. Okay. So it's 11:24 now.
This is about the time we say goodbye usually.
Yeah, right. So okay, should we go ask the people whether they want the second confession, then we talk about it later, or we should just talk about this now until later we come back?
We only have 6 minutes. Let's just talk about it, keep talking, and then after everybody goes off to YouTube, watches that, come back. Don't forget to come back. We've got a lot more in store.
Yeah, come back in store.
It's only about 11 minutes confession, so you guys can come back here.
Yeah, 11 minutes. It's gonna be worthwhile. So go and watch it. 11 minutes. What you can do is actually you open up another tab, then the other tab you go and watch the interview, and on this tab we will keep we will keep silent as much as possible, huh? Except
That's not
except
possible,
when,
bro.
Get
That is
get a
not
pee
possible.
get a pee break
That
behind the
is
scenes
not
stuff.
possible.
yeah, except Eugene clearing his throat, huh? So you gotta give him a bit of time. He need to clear his throat.
He needs to stop smoking. That's why.
You need to snort a bit. So yeah, so that will only be the sound, huh? So yes, okay. If not, I tell you a little bit about what is up next in the confession that you guys gotta hear
Okay.
after the interview.
Go ahead.
Okay. The second confession that we have, it's supposed to be the loop. Is that correct, Alvin? Yeah, the loop. Okay. The loop, why do I
The
why
loop
yeah.
or the loop?
The loop, as in when you need loop to have sex if you have a big
Yeah.
cock.
No,
That's-
that's
Okay, that's what he meant.
lube.
Okay, okay.
Lubrication. That's
I don't know. I had
different.
to ask.
I think Looper was that Bruce Willis movie, right?
The
Well,
loop,
not everyone needs lube, so.
the loop.
Yeah, if you have a small
Yeah.
cock, you don't need loop.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there, but it's the loop, not lubrication. It's the loop. Okay, the loop. Okay.
Loop.
So
Double O.
for me, this is actually something that I don't think that I've come across. I've never really read or hear this story before. So something happened to the confessor friend. Actually, something happened to the confessor's friend. Okay, so it sounded like as if the friend appeared in another loop instead of the dimension that the confessor or all of us is in, so but you gotta listen, and it has something to do with the Singapore's Devil's Band.
What's a devil's bend?
The Devil's Bend.
The Devil's Band. Yeah.
Devil's
Like
bend.
a road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a road in Singapore, right?
Yeah, devil's
There is?
bend. Yeah.
Devil's Band, yeah. Or in Chinese, it's called 99 Nobody answer. Okay, great.
So
Okay,
is it your
so
999 bend? That's not.
I understood Devil's Bend, and that was enough for me.
the moment I asked, is it 99 nobody answered. Thank God, I do not know what happened. Okay, so
No idea what that is.
yeah, that might be another loop. But okay, so it has something to do with that. That is another one. Okay, then we're gonna have Know Your Hantu, whereby it's a special episode of Know Your Hantu. So you guys stick around for that.
Yes.
Oh, 99 is not Devil's Band, is it? Okay, Desmond just corrected me. So
What is it? What is it?
I don't know, because Desmond read it in his
I'm
narration.
I'm half Chinese, but I have no clue what the hell you just said.
99 it's 99 band. I do not know whether it's a position in Kama Sutra
Joe,
or not, but
did you
I
get
hope
that?
not.
Did you
Is
understand?
that something Pornhub or?
Yeah. I only know
all
69
of you
Ben.
people, all of you people need to prove how Chinese you are.
I only know 420 band or something.
Okay. I do not want to go there. Okay, then Know Your Hantu. Then after that, the last one will be, actually the name was changed. I do not know. Or the description had been changed. So it has something to do with teleportation.
Yeah.
Again, it's nothing to do with seeing whatever Eugene saw earlier on.
Someone said that 99 bands refers to South Buona Vista Road.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know where that
That is the
is.
devil's
Desmond.
bend. That is the devil's bend.
Right.
There. Oh, I know. It's famous.
Wait, Chop. So is 99 band the devil band?
Yes.
Some of us
That's what
believe it
people are
is to be
saying.
so, some of us believe it to be not true. But if someone says 99 bend is in South Buona Vista, then yes, because South Buona Vista is a road with a lot of hairpin turns. Okay.
Oh.
Very windy.
That is not 99 bends, but we just call it 99 bends because it sounds more ominous. Truth
And
is,
it seems to go on forever, doesn't it?
yes, the truth is, many accidents have taken place in that spot. And also, the spot, 99 Bends or Devil's Bend, whichever you want to call it, is right the road that leads towards Vigilante Drive, which Sonia will tell you Vigilante Drive is the place where Vigilante Drive, the war happened and a lot of people died.
He suddenly springs this upon me.
Okay. So
It's 11:30, boys.
okay, so yeah. So last question. So the that is where F1 used to happen, is it?
No, no, I know
F1
I've
is
won
very
that.
far from here.
But people would
My
drive down that road
goodness.
very recklessly, myself included, when I was young, 20-year-old gentleman, in a very reckless
Gentlemen.
manner. Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Because when you say gentlemen will invoke spirits. Okay, there is a road that is very windy. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s, we all watch Initial D. There's a lot of windy roads. So we will take that road and we'll think we are a character in Initial D. A lot of accidents have happened. People have said they've seen spirits. That road is very, very dirty. There's a lot of confessions that came out from buildings around the area where it is haunted. I will tell you more about that after the confession that you guys are going to watch on our YouTube page. We'll be here till I think 12 o'clock, maybe even more.
Yes.
See you back here. Go watch that first.
Okay, everybody, we have Eugene already pinned the featured story on Facebook. For
Yes.
those on YouTube, open up another link. Then obviously you will see YouTube channel. Go and watch the interview first. We will watch it
And then-
with you there. Then come back here.
Come back here. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. See you in a bit.
I need to pee so badly.
You don't have to say
You're
it
still
here,
live.
We are
I'm
still
still
live.
We're still live.
This reminds me of the Halloween special all over again.
Yes.
Oh,
So we should do this for everyone's birthday, I guess. Huh? Have you
yeah,
cut it?
pause it for a while.
Have you paused it or not? Oh, we're still live.
I don't know what's happening.
We're still on.
I saw Alvin just chubbled into the room.
No, he came out. He's going back in.
Okay. I'm
Come
gonna
back.
tune the I'm gonna cut a seal.
operator running back into his.
All right, we are now back on the live show.
Welcome back. I hope you
Welcome
went to
back.
pee, have a snack, whatever it is that you need to do.
As promised, we are still here. We're still gonna talk about 2 more confession and 1 special Know Your Hantu. And okay, so just a little bit of discussion, or just a little bit of words for the interview that you watched just now. That is actually Jade, the wife of the medium. Is that the word for it? Medium? Yeah, medium. So the husband is the medium, whereby he has a lot more interesting stories that we're gonna put up for next week's content. So stay tuned for that. But we're gonna come back with that in next week's confession. So as for now, we're gonna go straight into the second confession, shall we?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right.
People are saying that we are sleepy. Are you guys sleepy? Let me know.
No, I'm not.
No,
Probably not.
Oh, there's pizza on the way.
Okay.
I have to teach tomorrow morning, but you know what? This is more important.
All right, so we're gonna go straight to the second confession. Alvin.
Loop by Wenfu, voiceover by Desmond.
Loop by Wenfu. Recent postings of archival accounts of NUS Bukit Timah campus hauntings remind me of my own experiences as an undergrad at NUS Kent Ridge campus in the 1990s. Urban myths are part and parcel of varsity folklore, which, in the pre-social media years, was a crucial cog in fostering campus identity and culture. Those of us from that era will fondly remember the infamous South Buona Vista Road, also known as 99 Bends, 99湾, 99湾. Westies will call it their version of the notorious Old Upper Thompson Road, Devil's Bend, the old Grand Prix track. To the uninitiated, it's a forested road linking NUS NUH with the West Coast Highway. It got its nickname because it is continuously winding and has 3 hairpin turns which were responsible for numerous accidents. Overall, it's one of Singapore's trickiest roads to navigate through. There aren't many documented stories about this road, but amongst NUS freshies in the 90s, many creepy stories circulated. One particular tale spooked my cohort the most as it purportedly happened to our friend. The story went that if you are either inebriated or just too tired, it's best to avoid this road and take the detour instead via Clementi Road or Lower Kent Ridge. Of course, being young, foolish, thrill-seeking undergrads, trust them to heed warnings lah. Consequently, there were victims who reported feeling very confused and lost driving up this road, particularly late at night, as if the road did not end. Some reported hitting people who simply vanished. A theory alleged drivers in inebriated state, that is unfocused, would inevitably drive into an alternate reality for a long time before escaping. So one night, it happened to our friend. She was supposed to turn up for a group meeting late at night outside LT13 Artifact, but failed to do so. Note that in the 90s, mobile phones weren't available and her pager went unanswered. We became worried as midnight approached, nearly 2 hours later, but there was still no sign of her. One of our project mates joked that if he were to enter the lecture theatre, the LT, and turn off all the lights, she would somehow show up as she had a knack of surprising friends. He went in, turned off all the lights, emerged from the lecture theatre and was about to close the door when we heard a loud click. All the lights in the lecture theatre turned on by themselves. We stared at each other, ashen-faced, and quietly called it a night. Next morning, I had no lessons, so I only learned of it much later. Apparently, she did turn up at Lecture Theatre 13 and claimed that she met all of us inside the lecture theatre, had a fruitful meeting till midnight, when suddenly all the lights in the lecture theatre turned off by themselves. She claimed everyone thought it was a blackout, but she managed to turn all the lights back on as she was closest to the switches. To back up her claim, she presented her notes and they matched every detail that my group had discussed. She was fully cognizant of all decisions we made in her absence, and best of all, she claimed that she had driven up South Buona Vista Road, but the journey took forever, as if she was stuck in a loop, but somehow she made it on time. I'll leave it to your imaginations to figure this out.
Welcome back to Supernatural Confessions. Today is a special day. Usually we end at 11:30, but today we're going on to God knows how long. I would love to give you some excuse, but actually it's my birthday, so we have a lot of in between
It's your
time.
birthday.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us. So for those of you who are still listening in, thank you for being part of this whole journey. You may see the pin post on Facebook. Yeah. Joe, if you could put it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, it's there.
It says buy me coffee. It's a lie. It's buy me alcohol. Yeah. So if you like what we do and you think you want to support us, once again, we don't make a single cent from any of this. Disclaimer, I make a little bit of money from YouTube. It's like $200. That's it.
Yeah, but it's all pumped right back into the production, the equipment, the amount of money required to run this. It is a labor of love. That's what everyone.
So
is
some of
doing.
you have asked us that you would like to give us a donation, and I felt I needed to make it in such a way where it is accountable. So if you want to give us a donation, you like what we do, you enjoy spending Friday night with us, click on the link, buy us a coffee. We'll take the money, buy wine, actually. Okay, so we have a couple of more interviews to do tonight, confessions to do tonight. I trust that you guys have watched Jade's confession. This is part 1 of part 2, because in part 2 we interviewed her husband, who is the spiritual practitioner, and I was there at old Changi Hospital, where they're calling out the spirits. Okay,
right.
I know that our community consists of skeptics, not so skeptics, believers, and very much believers. I think what you'll find on Supernatural Confessions is what we present to you is what we have discovered. You take it as you see fit. Okay, supernaturalconfessions.com is the way you get in touch with us. But for now, let us discuss about confession number 2.
Okay, so a little bit of highlight about what happened in the confession number 2 is they're supposed to have a late meeting at night, right? Okay. The confessor is waiting for this particular friend, which he did not name it in the story. So then after that, the friend did not show up. So back in those days, there were no phone like how we have today, right? There's no
Last time you
WhatsApp.
didn't
There's no
go
WeChat.
downstairs and use the payphone.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and the only way to get to another person is either through landline, or for those who are more privileged, you will have a pager. I mean, I remember I don't have one. So that the pager is unanswered, so they'd have no other way to contact this friend that is coming. Right. Then after that, they say the friend did not show up. So they say, okay, then one of the friend actually keyed and say, oh, we're gonna turn off the light and then she's gonna appear. Right. So they turn off the light, and just like in a very, very short while, the lights were turned on back on. Then they kind of like it freaked them out, so they left. So then until that, the next round when they met the friend actually said that she was there at the meeting. And then she said whatever they discussed was actually in precise detail of what they discussed that night. But they did not see that girl there. You know. But actually someone that she actually said that she was there. So where is she? Who did she meet, and how? Okay, if you say she's hiding somewhere, but she said she had a fruitful discussion with all the rest of the friends.
Yeah. How?
Okay, I want to hear it from Joe first.
Give me always the hard questions first. Huh? Look, like it meant this story was so freaking weird. Like I had to think about it. Like
You'll
the
think
ol-
I do the easy stuff. I eat.
Yeah, the only explanation that I can offer as an alternative to it must be the Hantu is that
That
this
isn't
lady
here.
would have
Wait.
imagined, thought, had a dream, hallucinated that had actually happened. The problematic thing is the freaking notes that she had.
Yeah.
That matched up with the notes that her mates. I mean it. I I can't turn anywhere with this one, bro.
Yeah.
I can't turn anywhere with this one.
So you were saying that the girl might be imagining, putting up all this with imagination and think that is she
Yeah.
actually is not there. She was just all imagining all these things.
That's my only weak explanation for this story, because this story is so weird. I mean, where do you go with it?
Yeah.
But we don't have explanation how the notes are matched, right?
I mean, you could say she was in a fugue state, she was in an altered state of consciousness. Sure, she did the study and then notes happened to coincide, but that also sounds like a pretty far out explanation, right? What is the coincidence that in the notes match up like that, and then the coincidence of the light coming? So it just sounds really strange. And this is not the first time that I've heard about time slips and like things happening in parallel. Not the
Too
first time
much
I've
of
heard
a
that.
coincidence, isn't it?
Certainly.
What do you think, Sonia?
Yeah, it does sound like it's too much of a coincidence. I'm one of those people that have always taken a stance where it cannot be the H word, but it does not mean I don't believe. I've had my own experiences, but just because my own thought process always goes towards the rational and the logic, it doesn't mean that I don't believe. If it happens, it does. That's just what it is. And if it cannot be explained, it's just a field of science that science hasn't discovered yet.
Sure.
And that's always what I fall back on.
It's a difficult one, this one.
Yes.
I don't know.
Eugene, what about you?
There's so many ways to look at this particular confession. None of it can be decided definitively with sight tonight, right? Science, not science, pseudoscience. But the point is, she experienced what she experienced, and to me, right, knowing what I know about the supernatural. Now, again, not to say that my knowledge is exactly what she had experienced. Do I subscribe to alternate reality? You guys have watched past experience. You guys know past live show. Do I believe that someone might be forgetful? Lord, I am forgetful. I fabricate my own reality, and there's a fact because I don't remember the very minor stuff I do, and when I'm asked and I'm tasked to relate what I've done, and don't sweat the fucking small stuff, right? But to some people, that's a big deal. They're big fucking shit, and that makes or breaks the entire fucking convention. So looking at her confession, I mean, there's so many ways to look at it. But my point is, I'm not leaning towards the side of science. No way am I doing that. Because the day I lean towards the side of science and said fucking supernatural doesn't exist, is the day I close shop. Because I know for a fucking fact, there are so many things that science have not yet understand, not yet proved. And scientists themselves will agree as much. They do not disagree that. They said, science is young. Science is 300 years old. We have not discovered everything. Religion is more than 2,000 years old.
The science is even older.
Younger.
Older. They've been trying for so long. Okay, never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Right? We're talking about Christianity is 2,000 years old, but there are other religions beyond Christianity. I mean, you're talking about science, right? Sonia, you talk about alchemy, right? You are right. In a manner of science, they have been, everybody since the dawn of time,
correct,
has been trying to prove it.
Yes.
Using
apothecaries have existed even before. You know, it's like natural science, right? Natural using herbs and stuff like that have existed before even religion.
I totally agree with you. So the point is, the minute we go into such discussion and we bring religion in, then we have closed off a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we speak about non-religious matter and ask people to come into the discussion, looking beyond religion, it is a very, very dicey topic.
Wicca, the term Wiccaism, witchcraft has existed before religion even. So in the belief in nature spirits, even taking of an herb was considered witchcraft at one time, and that preceded religion even. So does that all come under supernatural? At that time, it was supernatural because they didn't understand the science of it. But now it's an accepted science. So how far more do we go into the future before it becomes an accepted logic and science?
I think as long as you follow where the money is, you can find.
Are we talking about the big pharma now?
No, because if I'm a scientist and I have found irrefutable evidence of the supernatural, but I know that if I put it out there, I will lose my tenureship. I will lose my reputation. Would I then want to do it?
Yes, this was a recent discussion we had.
We talk about this every other week, right?
Yes.
And so my point is, if a scientist says, when we look at the last 50 years, the evolution of science and discovery of science and understanding of reality is parabolic. Somehow you plateau. If you do not believe in what the masses believe today, Sonia Corona, you are a heretic. Right?
Oh, we are also at an age where so many things are plausible simply because the amount of knowledge and access to the internet that is available to us. I mean, if you look at the kind of discussions that are taking place all over, anything is possible.
I want to say, I cannot imagine the four of us sitting together and we're gonna have a 5-hour long kind of discussion. Just the two of you now sitting there, you already have endless discussion, leaving me and Joe out of the entire live show.
I'm sorry.
I cannot imagine the four of us, the five of us sit down together and go to do this. Okay, so
no need to sleep.
Let's go back to that confession a little bit now. Okay, so can we all agree that there is just something in this confession that we cannot explain? There is just science for today. The science as of today cannot explain things inside it.
Yep, for sure. I agree.
Can we all agree that?
I agree.
Wasn't it too long ago that people thought the Earth was flat?
It is flat.
Science was as old as 300 years old.
Flat, Sonia.
We're going back.
Religion is way longer than science.
Flat, Sonia.
I'm not saying that science is not
Stuff my
important.
face with pizza.
I'm not saying that science is not important. I'm saying that science is young and science will take some time to catch up, to believe in religion and so many things. You know what? My takeaway is, if there's no middle ground and everything is black and white, supernatural confessions won't exist.
It would remain on the fringes of society the way it does now. Okay, what's the next?
Over to you, Kim.
Oh my God. Okay, see you guys this is why we don't do show after 11:30 because this is the second time we do shows together after 11:30. It happened exactly the same. The same as the first one.
It's the same.
It becomes an ask me anything session.
I'm just gonna say, Charmaine goes, I'm getting Halloween flashbacks.
Oh.
The clerk says, Mabot Liao, haha, it's Halloween again.
I'm not drunk.
I can attest to that. He's sitting across me. He's not drunk.
Okay. All right. So
Next.
nonetheless, we're gonna move on. It's already past 12 already now. Okay.
Go ahead.
Holy moly.
Over to you, Kim. You be the lead.
Let's do it.
It's such a wrong time to bring this in, but I just gotta put it in because I do not know what's gonna happen, right? So, to our Muslim friends watching this,
are you sure you want to do this right now? If you can see what he's doing, he's pouring himself a glass of another glass of wine.
the
Then
next
you wish
one-
everybody Selamat Ramadan.
Jesus, the next one I already queue up for that. What am I supposed to do, right? Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So, okay, the holy month of Ramadan is gonna start Sunday.
Started.
No,
5 minutes.
Sunday.
5 minutes
the day,
in already.
The day after, which is tomorrow lah. Technically, it's tomorrow, which is
It's-
on Sunday.
It's now. Now it's 12:05. Sunday already.
Today's Saturday lah.
Oh,
With
yeah,
two
I
show
forgot I'm
on
teaching.
Friday. Yeah.
Ay. Tomorrow.
So I do not know who is drunk now. Okay.
No,
So
I-
for those
minum air.
okay, for those that is celebrating, for those that is going
Where's Joe?
going on a fasting period, we would like to wish you guys a good practice of holy month of Ramadan. It's gonna be
Selamat berpuasa.
Selamat berpuasa. It's going to be a challenging month, but remember why do you do it, lah? Huh? Okay, so because of that, I've made a very special
Weight loss. I do it for weight loss.
Okay, Eugene do it for weight loss. I've actually made a very special Know Your Hantu for Ramadan special. Okay, so this is to our Muslim friends who might have a little bit of questions, and also to those that are non-Muslim. Watch this and let's talk about it after. So Eugene pula. Elvin,
take it away.
The holy month of Ramadan for our Muslim friends is just around the corner. Hence, in this special episode of Know Your Hantu, we are going to talk about 10 iblis or devils in the belief of Muslim that are chained during the holy month of Ramadan. According to the religion, jinns and devils are chained and locked away during the holy month, yet there are still sightings and possessions that happen among the community. But why is that so? This might answer a small part of that doubt. Some writings mention that it is actually not the entire army of jinns and devils who are chained and locked up. However, it is only their leaders that are kept away while the battalion is still roaming freely. So how is it different in comparison to a non-Ramadan day? This army would be directionless and without focus, seeing that their leader is locked up. Well, here are the 10 higher-ranking devils that are chained and locked in the darkest, deepest part of the ocean. Number 1. Iblis Laknatullah himself, or the Satan. Number 2, Zalitun, an expert in luring human to be stingy among the needy. Number 3, Wathin, getting human to have negative thoughts about God. Number 4, Akwan, responsible to lure leaders or kings to become arrogant and treat people of their kingdom malevolently. Number 5, Hafaf, the one to get human to drink themselves silly with alcohol. Number 6, Murah, to cause human to neglect relationship with God with music, entertainment and gossip. Number 7, Masud, the one causing human to hate each other through gossip, rumors and slander. Number 8, Darsim, responsible to cause crack in marriages and sexual sins. Number 9, Halawan, creating doubt in human themselves, especially when they are praying or doing God's work. And number 10, Halus, leading people to believe in animism. Remember, holy month may be near and these higher rank officers are locked up, but their army is still lurking, aiming to complete their mission.
Wow.
Boy.
Jesus Christ. Kim, does your research know no end?
I hope everybody learned something because I learned something during that research.
Always. Every single week.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you like that particular segment, I cannot take credit for that particular 5-minute video. Kim Sarawak, he does his research on every single hantu that is out there. And right now he has been it's amazing because the amount of stuff that he brings out to the table is stuff that I've not heard before. So I think as far as I'm concerned, Supernatural Confessions, Kim is the guy who knows everything about the hantu. He is Mr. Know Your Hantu.
Hantu.
Okay. No, I don't know every single entity outside. It's the same. I am also learning the same time as you guys. It's just that I got to the research part slightly earlier. No, not research part, because according to Joe, research is done in a lab. I did not do it in a lab, so it's just
You do it on Google.
a little bit of googling, reading, and putting up a 2 minutes video. Yeah. So okay. So whatever I put up in the video just now is according to readings and a little bit of translation, because a lot of these names actually come from like those Indonesian imam or ustads that have been preaching and telling people about these names. So the 9 names that you heard are on underneath the Iblis, which is the Satan. These 9 names is actually his kids, direct descendants. So they are all tasked and responsible with the things that they need to do unto humans. And according to the reading that I got, was actually these are the ones that is locked up, but the rest of their armies are actually still
free.
out. Yeah. So yeah, that's why a lot of people are still asking things like, holy month of Ramadan, I thought the jinns and the devils are locked up. How come they are still out?
That is the general belief, isn't it? That during the
Yeah.
holy month of Ramadan, that they are chained up, so people are free to practice their beliefs and concentrate on what is important, as opposed to be what's that word? To be distracted by sin, by
correct.
shaitan.
Correct. So yeah, so now we learned a little bit, because that it's just their leaders are not around doesn't mean that the rest of the armies are not at work. So maybe the smarter one will still do it to you. I mean like after all, during fasting month, if it's still hard for you to get up and breakfast, right? Then after that, it's when you do your fasting, there are voices telling you it's okay just to drink a little bit. It's a hot day, drink a little bit. Nothing is wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
So all this is still gonna come, and if there's no shaitan, then I believe entirely all this will be gone. So now we know.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
On that note, you still want to wish? You can repeat that message about wishing everybody a selamat berpuasa.
Yeah, so again to all our Muslim friends, selamat berpuasa.
Yeah.
Semoga satu bulan di bulan yang mulia ini, di hari Ramadan, kita sama-sama beriktifar dan berpuasa dengan penuh.
Masya Allah.
Okay, I do not know. I have a can of beer, and Eugene had
That's why I find out
of-
there's a lot of dissonance from what you're saying to what we actually do. So
I think Kim, I think what you said is great. I think religion is what a lot of people depend on.
Yeah.
And again, if anyone has been on spiritual confession, it's never about the right or the wrong. There's always we're talking about a gray area. But Ramadan is coming. There's a lot of meaning behind Ramadan. What is Ramadan about, right? So you may be a believer or not a believer. Ramadan is going to exist with or without your fucking consent. So the way I look at it is, if you believe in it, if you're subscribed to it, if you're a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Christian, or a Catholic, because Christian and Catholic is different, your belief is the most important. I don't care what the doctrine says. If that's what you believe in, I believe in what you believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have anything?
I believe what you believe, what we all believe.
Believe.
I believe.
I believe I can fly.
I felt that Joe is Joe is the kid that is in the class whereby when the teacher is obviously something is off about the teacher, then the boy just shut up and do nothing at all.
Joe, man, that's Joe. Right?
So he don't get messed up. Then he don't. I don't want to get punished, man.
I imagine Joe as a 5-year-old kid with tattoos and a bald head. I cannot imagine Joe any other way.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I believe.
Okay,
Oh.
so that is our Ramadan special for Know Your Hantu.
Yes. Thank you very much for that.
yes.
Always in depth. Thank
And
you.
now to our last and final confession. By the way, it's already 12:15, guys.
Yes,
This
yes.
feels like Halloween.
Yes.
That's why I'm not drunk.
And he doesn't have his Dracula.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes to that. Okay, so we're gonna get one more confession. Then after that, I remember it's 12:15 a.m. in all of us, including Sonia. Yeah, so just
My
echoing.
God. You see, you always think Sembawang is somewhere else. What am I in Africa or
Yeah,
something?
fucking boondocks. That's what you are.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the last confession. Then we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Then after that, we're gonna say goodbye.
Let's
okay,
wrap
Alvin.
up. Yes.
All right.
This next story is entitled Teleportation, and it was sent in by Belinda. Let me tell you my story that happened some 20 years ago. I was quite little at the time. I'm a middle child, and at that point, my older brother was 10 years old, and my younger brother was just a toddler, aged around 2. During the school holidays, it was only us kids at home with our helper, and we decided to get some snacks and ice cream from the shop across from my block. The 4 of us thought it'd be best to go together. So, my older brother led in the front, and I was walking slightly behind, and my younger brother and maid tagged behind me. So, I stood in the middle of our group as it made its way towards the mamak shop a stone throw away. When suddenly, just literally within the blink of an eye, I somehow teleported back to my own block, but there was no one around. I couldn't see my brothers or our helper. There was no one in sight. Just to give you a little more background to the story, I was just 6 at the time. I knew where I was, but I got scared as I had no idea how I had arrived back so abruptly. I burst out crying. Then, out of nowhere, these 2 Chinese aunties came up to me and asked, what exactly happened? Where's my family? I sniffled as tears poured down my face. This is my house, I live here, but I'm scared. I'll have to wait for my family because I think they'll come back. These 2 aunties insisted I was lost and told me to go with them. However, something told me to stay. I had this awful gut feeling that I just shouldn't leave. They never touched me, but both of them insisted very strongly that I should follow them. About 5 minutes later, I saw my older brother bounding back towards me, with my helper and youngest brother tailing behind. They were stricken with panic as I had simply vanished into thin air right before their eyes in the middle of our trek to the shop. When my brother came back for me, the 2 aunties disappeared. I didn't give the incident much thought after that. However, I cannot help but wonder, from time to time, what actually happened to me that day. Anyone would think from this story that it was just a figment of my overactive imagination. It might seem that this is the case, but my older brother, who is now in his 30s, always says half-jokingly, "Wah, I don't want to bring you out. If not, you disappear again like last time." He's affirmed to me that this story is true and that this event really happened. So, I wonder, what would have happened if I did follow the 2 aunties?
Hey.
Okay, we have not heard from Linda's narration for quite some time. She's now back to again tell us a story whereby the story is actually not seeing anything. There is no sighting. There is no ghosts. But
Can you hear what Kim's saying?
Yeah, I can hear.
I can't.
No, yeah, I can hear Kim.
Yeah. So Sonia's. Okay, so I'm going to continue. The rest of you, I hope you guys
hear
can.
what Kim's saying.
I hope you
I can't
guys.
hear. Anything.
In here, right? Okay. So tonight's again, the last story is gonna wrap up with something that is weird but unexplainable. Joe, you want to take this one? You've been quiet for quite some time now.
Yeah, the two stories tonight have complete. It's just so strange. Like now we talk about teleportation, right? That is just so weird. How does someone come from one place to the other? And what this story tells me is you need to be careful of two Chinese aunties if you ever see them somewhere out there, right? Like,
Alien,
man,
alien. Elvin wanted to say alien.
You know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of the guardian angel stories that you hear so much about. You
Okay.
know, the traditional stories of people who, their cars suddenly trapped in a road, and then
Yeah.
they've got no fuel, they've got nothing, right? And then
Yeah.
two people come out of nowhere, help fix the car, and then disappear. This is what reminds me of. Yeah,
Guardian
That
angels.
Yeah. But again, really strange stories tonight.
I would love to believe how the universe manifests itself. That's my technical.
And how does that happen?
Yeah, but why does the confessor felt that the two aunties is more to the evil one instead of a guardian angel? Because if your guardian angel appears to you, you are supposed to feel at least safe, right?
Yeah.
But not necessarily. Remember, I spoke the last time in the Bible. Most of the times when angels appear, they kind of say, "Be not afraid."
Afraid, okay.
Because I think their appearance can be quite frightening.
Yes, if it's things that you don't understand, and it would be frightening to you, no matter how they appear to you. It's inexplicable and shocking in that sense. So why wouldn't you feel fear? We fear things we don't understand.
Yes. Okay. So meaning to, but then why would the auntie lead her away since the family is coming back for her?
Could it be that the spirits that were trying to lead her away are actually benevolent spirits? Not every spirit, not every hantu that we hear of is evil. But unfortunately, that is what we believe in. Something we don't see is automatically evil.
Yes.
I have heard about situations where people met an entity and they were delayed for time. They went back only to realize that they missed whatever meeting that they had, and the interview was over, and they actually escaped a calamity. Or people who missed the flight and they've escaped a calamity. So, I mean, the question here is it's not about who's right, who's wrong, but whatever entity that they have seen. My sense here is if I were to be an entity, and I'm being very blanket here, would I try to be an out of shape, budgie, middle-aged woman? If I'm trying to convince you of anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the fact that they're saying something, they went off, and then they have averted some form of calamity, I would like to think, whether I'm right or wrong, right, that somewhere along the line, that person, the confessor, was protected. I just like that sense where it could have been coincidence, it could have been a lie, it could have been so many things, 10 ways of Sunday, but I rather believe that he encountered something that saved his life. That to me was more better.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, that to me is more a romantic in the idea where I put forth.
So you are meaning you wanted to say that the auntie that appeared to the confessor is actually trying to keep the confessor safe until the family come to the confessor. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, sir. That's a romantic idea, but not everyone believes in romanticism. Some believe it's just big dick, but you know what I mean? I mean, the idea is that there is something beyond just the physical. And in this case, something happened to the confessor beyond a physical, tangible outcome and lead her away from an ultimate demise. And I like to believe the universe is out for us, out looking out for us. I believe in that.
Okay. Okay. I think that confession leads to it can lead to a lot of endpoint of the discussion. I felt because like Eugene just put up a different perception onto that, whereby it could be the two auntie is actually trying to help the confessor, or maybe let's put it in a way simpler form, whereby if the confessor proceed or continue to walk, they might meet with a tragic accident.
Yep, maybe.
She was teleported back, then the whole siblings, the maid have to stop and then come back and look for her. And then that accident was actually avoided. The two aunties were not out there to harm the confessor. They would just want to keep her from something, right? That is a simpler form of saying it. I mean, that could turn out a very heartwarming story.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could turn completely the other way on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, because somebody, I mean, like when we look at it, immediately we thought about, the two aunties is trying to kidnap the confessor.
Yeah.
Joe?
But you have to think about it, right? Like I'm just again, this is way out there. Maybe we will never get to hear it unless the children return. But how many missing children have resulted from the aunties leading the children away? They never ever get seen again. So if two aunties, right, ask you lie, you don't go. Just run the other direction. Run other direction.
With your kind of face and your kind of voice, I definitely not gonna follow the auntie. That's for sure.
I mean, like you can just kind of imagine, right? Like a little auntie there's like this, like lie,
不要
lie,
不要
yeah, lie.
不要
Do you know what I mean? It's
Can
like
you at least offer some sweets or some treats? Sweeten the deal.
well, my friends told me I'm not allowed to give sweets to little kids anymore, so I have to stop.
Before you get accused of being a pedo.
Yeah. Apparently, there's not the thing that you can do. You can only do it in India. You can't do it in Western
Or you
Australia.
could do it in Singapore in someone's house.
Yeah.
You could be accused of being a pedo too.
It was really because I had like a bum bag and I had sweets in there when I was traveling through India, and I give the sweets to like little kids because they're little kids, right? Like and they're from small little villages. But apparently, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we have enough time. I think it's a fun night like usual, and we have already extended an hour. Now it's already 12:30. So I'm gonna cue Eugene in to cue us for the ending.
Okay. Just want to let you guys know there's 49 viewers on Facebook and 100 and plus viewers on YouTube. So people have not left.
Yeah.
But we got to
love you
end the
guys.
show tonight. We love you guys. And thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts that you will join us week after week online every Friday night. We know you could be doing so much more things.
Thank you.
We know that you have series of love lives, because that's what it is, right? Modern day and love lives and just being out there and dating. Yeah, we know you could be doing that, but you are right here with us. That means a lot to me. Okay. There's 4 of us right here, and
5.
Alvin 5. So Alvin is going to have to stay. Alvin is going to say his goodbye tonight. Joe, over to you, please.
Okay. Wonderful night tonight. 2 hours. Wow, that was great. We've been seen from Singapore, United States, Malaysia, Australia, India, Canada, all over the world. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And as I always like to say, there are more questions than are answers. I always stumble at this last point because I don't know if it's tabalik the other way around, but there are always more questions than there are answers for me. So thank you, guys. I will see you again very shortly.
Oh, is it usually my turn? I'm Sonia, and I'm usually the super rational one, but I've been in so many situations where even I've had to say, you know what? I think science and logic needs to take a back seat. So I usually have a super rational explanation for everything. Sometimes, just sometimes, it could be
The hallucination.
Bad wiring.
It's the wind.
Oh,
Okay.
String.
Joe, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much for those that is watching, families and the community. Thank you very much for the coffee as well. We appreciate it from everybody who sent in. And again, I would like to take this opportunity to wish our we call it overlord our founder of SC, Eugene. Happy birthday. Although now it's already past 30 minutes, but still happy birthday. And also happy wedding anniversary to Joe.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Very
And yes, so remember, whatever you don't see doesn't mean it is not there. Remember, Elvin.
Yeah, everyone don't forget.
Whatever you feel,
yeah.
whatever you see. Okay, Evan, go ahead.
Thank you guys for joining us. For joining us so late. It's now like 12:30 right now. And of course, Eugene, I wish our overlord, our war chief, our
Supreme leader.
happy birthday. And of course, Joe, happy wedding anniversary.
Thanks, man.
And I'll sign off with, I believe, you believe, we believe.
I believe, you believe, we believe.
All right, Eugene.
Yeah.
I believe that everything that you have believed is a lie. Everything. The fucking. Don't take our word for it. You know what I mean? If you're entertained, you're entertained.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're not. But
It's Halloween all over again.
There's more
Big
material for next
Pharma.
year for more videos. I am recording all of this. Thank you
All right,
guys so much.
let's
we
say our good
don't
night.
know. We think we know. We don't know. We think we know. The four
I
of us,
want to believe.
we want to believe.
But if you don't believe,
It's okay.
we won't believe.
If you think the supernatural exists, I believe in you. You know.
All right, bye-bye.
See you guys. Have a good night.
What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.